Hey, greetings everyone. It is GleeCon, and I'm here again. Thanks for tuning in. We have another episode on our hands today in the World of Warcraft Classic walkthrough. We are going to wrap up Elwynn Forest. Last time we killed Hogger solo, like bosses, and we are going to we spent a long time grinding for the collector drop. It was a pain, but we actually got it. So we're going to wrap up the zone and transition to the next. So stay a while and listen. So we did have to go, if you, like me, struggle with finding the gold collection schedule drop in Elwynn, we did go around the Stone Cairn Lake to do that. I guess we walked our behinds over here into the city because there is this task that we can do. It's called Elmore's task. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up while we're here in the city. I probably hearthed back here, so I didn't have to walk. But while we're here, we can also start putting in some of the work for what we're going to need in the first blacksmithing quest, which is resupplying the front or something like that. We have to make, I believe it's 6 copper axes, and we will have the goods if we purchase 6. Because we have some ore, but if we purchase 6 weak flux, we'll be able to bust that out. So let's work on that first while we're here. We are also picking this up because we want to make a travel to the other zones. Now, naturally, if you were doing a human and you weren't going to do a crazy completionist style like we are, you'd probably go to Westfall next. So we are going to visit Westfall to just get the flight path, and because it will actually be the best launching point for our insanity, we will not be going to Westfall next. After we get our Horde character going, we're going to be visiting the land of Durotar, which is quite a challenge to get to as a level 11. So first we'll smelt our copper. We don't have that much, but we do have enough to, I believe, get us over the top to purchase all of the goods that we need. So there's some blacksmithing supplies somewhere around here. And then we can also visit the miner, because if we have the silver, we do have enough to learn journeyman mining. But our mining just boosting up to level 60. So I think 60 is enough to learn smelt silver, so we want to pick that up too. And we need smelt tin and bronze also. So let's look at what the name of the quest is on our spreadsheet, and it's called Supplying the Front. So actually, it's probably sitting right here in this. It's in Ironforge. We won't be going to Ironforge quite yet, but it is. We will kind of be going there semi-soon. 6 copper axes, 6 copper chain belts is what we need. So let's build the 6 copper axes. So where's our blacksmithing supply? Somewhere around here. Here we go.
Don't let
so we're going to need 6
fool you, lass. With the subway those gnomes
weak
built,
fluxes.
it's
1,
easier than
2,
you might
3,
think to transport
4,
goods
5,
from Ironforge.
6.
If they try to tack on import fees, just tell them you're going to buy your gear
at the
from
old anvil, we're going to make our 6 copper axes. And then we're going to go stash them in the bank so that we don't accidentally sell them or keep them around or anything. So this does kind of impede our progress a little. What is this guy's name? Twinkling Eyes is the name of that rank in that guild, the Mass Invite Guild. I got to come up with some cool names for our guild. I look fat in this guild. Alright, so let's talk to the blacksmith.
What can I? You're not bad.
He can teach us that copper battle axe and copper chain belt. Now, a copper battle axe, that might be worth something for us. It's a 2-handed axe, probably. Oh yeah, let's also bust out rough grinding stones, while those are going to give us such good points. Okay, altogether we've spent 10 silver now doing this, so we've got to be a little bit careful. This is a great way to level up. And we might need to learn the two-handed axes from probably the dwarves. We'll have to look that up also. So we might have a reason to go over to Stormwind or Ironforge in the first place. But this is good. This is progressing us nicely. We'll probably end up putting these rough grinding stones, some of them in the bank too. We're not going to need to carry around so many of them, but I don't know. We might. At least until we don't need them anymore. Alright, so that's pretty good. Level up there. We've jumped up quite a bit.
Not bad, but let me show you.
Now we can learn the runed copper gauntlets and runed copper pants. So let's see what we can upgrade ourselves with. So we learned that copper battle axe. That's probably a two-handed axe. We have everything we would need except for the 12 copper bars. Are we fully? We're fully out of copper. So I take that back. But that would be a 9.1 DPS. That's a nice upgrade with 3 stamina. That is an upgrade over our sword. We just don't... We do have the stones. We have the rough grinding stones. We even have the leather. So that's something that we want to put in the bag there. The rune copper gloves are 73. That's a pretty nice upgrade. And the rune copper pants are 113 with a 2 strength, 2 stamina. That's about a wash. I don't know that we have to spend the money doing that. Now, the copper, I think it's copper chain belt. Yep. Okay, so we need 6 of these. This is just going to cost straight up, so 36. So if we want to upgrade our gear, we do need the 6 copper chain belts for that quest. But we could use the gauntlets. That's 8. So in the meantime, we can build the gauntlets and we can build this axe. And then where do we learn two-handed axes at? Let's check that out. Classic WoW weapon trainer. I probably would imagine that that is Ironforge. So once we can build it, we'll travel to Ironforge. This is just all the logistics that comes with classic. So two-handed axes, yep, that is in Ironforge. Timberling's Arms building. Okay. So we're not going to worry too much about that for now. We can look at the, I think I saw an expert blacksmith somewhere around here, and he can teach us. Oh, we're at 48. But we can do the miner in the building. We need to upgrade that. And were any of those recipes requiring the linen? Copper battle axe does not. The belts don't. Yeah, none of these require linen. So we don't need to worry about any of that stuff. So we're going to turn in Elmore's task, first of all. I think this guy actually pats around, but he might be in this building. Yeah, he's often in the building. That's the weapon crafter.
What are you daft?
So maybe that's
not a weapon, that's a dinner knife. I don't train amateurs. Don't
pick up
let
a
the
little bit of
humans in
money.
the bazaar fool you, lass. With the subway those gnomes built, it's easier than you might think to transport goods.
Gotta be
from
careful
Ironforge.
not to sell my axes I just
tell them
built.
You're gonna buy your gear from me.
If
You've come looking for the finest craftsmanship on this or any other continent in the world, then you've come to the right place. Grim and Elmore, at your service.
You're here to help with my delivery.
You're
Very
here to
good.
help with my delivery? Very good.
And it's just a breadcrumb. You can get Stormpike's delivery without doing that. That's just a nice little breadcrumb. So let's put that we have completed that. The Grimman's task. Elmore's task right here. So we completed it. Let's go ahead and put a few more down, but they are, I probably should have not did the pre-checked ones. All right. And let's find the little miner guy too. I always have a hard time with this one. I did last time in this very same episode. Here it is, it's upstairs right here. Spend a little bit more money learning.
I came from Ironforge
Journeyman Miner for 5.
Rebuilding effort here.
Oh.
If I can teach enough of you my skills, then maybe I can leave it to ye and take myself
We need
back home.
65 to get tin and thus bronze, and then we would need even more to get the Silver, 75 it looked like. Alright, so we're going to go to the first aid trainer also. While we're here, we'll go to the bank. I don't think we have anything. We do have some small fish we can cook up. And I think we're at 55 on our fishing. I think we did our... Yeah, we did. So we're good on fishing. Look at us, our levels actually. We might hit 12. So reporting to Gryan, Stoutmantle, the collector, and then I think there's one quest called Manhunt. So if we actually go back over to our spreadsheet, we've now done Elmore's task. Yeah, so, and I marked off the collector even though we didn't finish it. So yeah, we just have 2 quests. And one of them is a breadcrumb over into Westfall. But even with all this, like, I don't think we're going to hit our full hour today. That's okay, though. It'll allow us next time, tomorrow, on our next episode, we'll get to start up the Horde. Tomorrow, I'm still going to do my best to bust an episode out, but I do have a work thing that's going to be late in the evening, so it's going to be a bit of a pain, but not the end of the world. I believe it's at 40 you can learn heavy.
I would be glad to teach you anything that would aid your journeys.
So we'll start building linen cloths until we get to 40. Linen bandages. And yeah, that's... Oh, I had a migraine all at work today. It really came on. It made it very hard for me to do my job. I was miserable. I just wanted the day to be over. So I have a couple things undone that I have to go through. I got my next 4 days at work are gonna be so rocked. Okay, so I think with 19 and only 4 points we should be fine on the first aid set. We missed one. Now that it's yellow, it's not automatic every time. There we go. Come on, one more. Nope. So that means we're gonna have an odd. Okay, so now we're gonna learn.
Fellow physician. I
heavy
would be
linen
glad to
bandage.
teach you anything that would aid your journey.
So it's not that bad. We're just, you know, getting. I'm gonna sell these bandages. I don't really. Some people really love rocking the bandages. As a paladin, it's not really necessary. If you have self-healing, this is like the pathetic attempt of the game to ameliorate the issue of not having self-healing.
Safe
But
travel.
not worried about it.
May the light guide your path.
Let's sell
and aid you in your journeys. If you need any assistance browsing, I will be right over here.
Okay. Alright, so we'll look for a fire on the way. We can do that in gold, sure, or whatever. So now we need to go to the bank. And that's about it. I think maybe we should unlock the flight path here. Not sure if we have to do that. It might. I don't know if it will. Just to be safe, we will. But I kind of think your capital of your home race, you get the flight path for free. I believe. Another thing we do have to visit Darkshore because it is a connecting flight to Booty Bay, which is not something we need for this episode or even the next one, but it will be very important later on once we get to Durotar, because our only way back we could hearth back to Stormwind, but it will just be very useful to go ahead and get that out of the way, connecting Booty Bay, because it will allow us to avoid ever having to swim back down to get back over to the other continent. We can go to Aberdeen as well, but that's also very hard to connect. So we do have our work cut out for us when we do our Durotar journey. Some of this is going to be, you know, needed.
No one's ever stolen anything out of here. Not in the whole history of the whole history.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we got all those stashed now.
See you around.
Good for us. And we are going to just check the flight path and see if we have to pick it up. This will be an answer for you. And then we're pretty much caught up. We're going to do Collector Manhunt, so we will get to do one fun thing today. And then it'll be a travel over to Westfall. Before we do that, we'll go pop into Darkshire and get that flight path as we make the run over to, I guess, Westfall. It's a little dangerous for a level 11 to be down there, or even a level 12, but we can stick to the roads and it will be okay. Nothing compared to the danger of what we're going to be doing soon.
Where is it you would like to go?
Alright, so
it
doesn't look like we needed to do that, because there was no exclamation above his head. But I think it's based on your home race. So, like, for instance, I think if you're a dwarf or a gnome, you don't have to pick up Iron Forges, but I think when we go to Iron Forge for the first time, we will have to. And we just need more copper. We need copper out the wazoo right now. Alright, so we're going to be coming out of Stormwind into Elwynn, and we're going to still drop the Collector off, and that will pick up Manhunt, which is the last mission in the zone. Forgot to protect up or whatever. Okay, so let me just organize a little bit. We have these fish I want to cook, so I'm not really worried about them sitting there. Alright, I think we're good to go. I do want that axe. We do want to learn the two-handed axe, but yeah, that's all neither here nor there. We have a lot of copper that we still need to get. So we need 36 more to get the first quest. If you look at the blacksmithing quest, the second one is 4 ruined copper belts and 4 mauls. Then that's all horde, and then we don't really have to worry about the rest until we get to wanting to do mithril, armor smith, all that stuff, which is in the 40s, which is where you choose if you want to be a weaponsmith or an armor smith. Now, the horde have it much worse. Their chain starts later with bronze gear, but it's a much longer, much more time-intensive chain. If you decide to go, I'm actually completing it. I completed it on my horde character that I'm doing a run through with my wife, but it's not. It's kind of not worth it almost. Yeah, so it's actually good that we're doing this. I'd say blacksmithing is probably the most intense leveling, like, quest-wise. Like, as we saw, there's 1 alchemy quest. There's probably, like, 1 to 2 leatherworking quests in the game. Not that much. Maybe some later ones. I'll be having to go ahead and work on those later. Maybe I'll do it today. I haven't finished blacksmithing yet, but I'll look to see if there's any cooking, fishing, first aid. I'll check all those, and I'll update the spreadsheet with that. It looks like we've been getting a little bit of traction on the show because of this, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so here we go with
King's honor, friend.
This. What? We haven't had our people working in the Elmore mines for months. Let me see that note you have.
I have heard of this collector, but I don't know whom he's working for. Thank you for the schedule. It will help us solve this mystery. If the collector is taking gold from our mines, then he's stealing from the kingdom. Bring the collector to justice, and bring me the ring mentioned in the pickup schedule you gave me. It may tell us whom the collector is working for. That pickup schedule says the collector is hiding out at the Brackwell pumpkin patch. You should search for him there.
Thank you for the proper use of whom, robot, because all non-robots use whom every day in regular language. It's just a thing. Whom are you thinking of? Fishing up these, cooking up these. I like this little character. So far she's, I don't know why. I feel like Erator didn't do anything different than she has done so far. But, is it just me? Am I just better at playing Paladin now, or what than I was? I know Erator came into it later, but it just feels like Homegirl here is decidedly better than he was. But again, could just be me. Alright, so we gotta go over there to this pumpkin patch. Pumpkin. And while we're over there, as a matter of fact, you know what? Let's skip right past that. Go cut through the river, cut through the wood, get a flight path, and then come back and do it. Just to bust that out. Again, it seems silly, but it's so important. The beginning, the Alliance has it so much rougher than the Horde when it comes to connecting the lands. And it becomes really essential. So when we do our travel, like I said, we're going to try and swim down the coast. I'm going to try it that way. which will take us to Booty Bay, and that'll be a one-time shot, because then we'll always have a flight to Booty Bay, and it's always worth the price to fly rather than walk. Which brings us over to the Badland, or the Barrens, I mean. And if you notice, there's no flight paths. This will open up some of the things down here, some of the dungeons, Wailing Caverns, which is fine. It gives us paths into Mulgore, which we don't need as Alliance, and then eventually this. But this connects you to the wetlands, so you can actually get there easier by going from the wetlands, Menethil Harbor, over here to whatever that one's called, I forgot. So this is not that big a deal. What it is, it's connecting Darnassus to the rest of the world. That becomes the issue. And we can go to, again, the wetlands. Once you make the journey one time, so from Ironforge through Loch Modan, over this pass, and then you make your way around the wetlands and you get this flight path, then you'll always have a flight path connecting Ironforge to Menethil Harbor, which is very useful, because that, more important than connecting to the swamp, that gives you your connection to Darnassus. So it's a little bit of a roundabout way, but that allows you to connect this part of the world. Darnassus always has a free connection to Darkshore, and then you can connect Darkshore down into Ashenvale, all well and good. The major problem, though, is Ashenvale doesn't connect to the other things in the game. I think maybe you can connect it right there, but even connecting it to Stone Talon Mountains, not helpful. What is helpful is you need this flight path in Najara. You have to go get that, because that's the connecting point that joins up Ratchet to the Darnassus land. So once you have that, you can hop, skip, and a jump, fly, whatever's convenient for you. It really opens up the map. You'll never really have to struggle. You might be on flight paths a little longer, but you'll be in pretty much as good shape as the Horde once you do all that. I can see that's the farm over there that we will bust our way into in a few. But we're not worried about that. We are going to be... I don't care about the Murloc Delta here. What we need is... Yeah, these guys are actually kind of strong. Look, they're level 10. I gotta... Just because we're in Elwynn Forest, I have to not be overconfident. Again, we're also going to be looking for copper. We have 0. We literally used all of our copper. So we... Remember, we need 36 for the quest. And then plus, I would like to give us this battle axe. That's actually our first priority. That battle axe is going to be dope. That takes 12. So we need... Ooh, look, speaking of... Oh, man, I got to fight 8,000 wolves for it. Where's it at? It's like behind their little house. You pieces of poop. Should I try it? Let's do it. We got the time on this episode. Okay. Let's see what happens. See how many we draw. I know this guy's getting drawn. So... Okay, we pulled him by himself, which that's cool. We are stronger than we have been. Yeah, baby. That's pretty decent XP. That will also... I was gonna say, this wolf is coming for me. I already know it. And look, we got a wolf that kind of spawned right there. And yeah, she hits just nice. Spicy hits. Can't be mad at that. Okay, we might...
Out of range. I need to get closer.
Alright, you know what? If we got this with only killing 2 wolves, I can deal with it. This is another huge difference from retail. In retail, you just zip on down in your flying mount. So I know that they've been having this Plunder Storm thing going on. I gotta say, I have not at all. I haven't even looked at it. I've been having too much fun with this, playing Classic with you guys, that I was... Yeah! I just have no, like, drive. I am a little worried about... I'm gonna have to try to bubble or not to get over here. Alright, so that was relatively painless. I mean, not literally, we got bit, but... So there's the mobs right across the river in Darkshore aren't that bad. Oh, they're level 19. So, we do have to be careful, because a level 19 will rock our world. But we can bubble. 19 also. And then level 19 will also come at us from like 8,000 miles. But we just have to make it to the road. Then do this backwards. It's really not a far run. It's not that bad. We just have to get the flight path. I think there's sometimes a traveling merchant along this little road too. There's also, from time to time, mobs in Duskwood will wander onto the road, so the roads here in Duskwood are not quite as safe as the other roads. So you guys also tell me, when we do the... This is Watcher Bacchus. When we do retail, when we switch over to Burning Crusade and all that other stuff, I was thinking about, maybe not like as part of our walkthrough, but I was thinking about doing all of the achievements, or some of them will take a million years, but like as not as our primary driving episode force, but like kind of the way we do some of the reading, because by the time we get there, we'll be done, we'll be all fully caught up on reading. So obviously we'll pause it when we're doing reading, but if we don't have reading, just adding here and there some episodes of the achievements. So if you guys are interested in that, and by then we'll have we'll get a retail guild going. So maybe there's a traveling salesman, but they just have files. So just putting it out there. It's something that can get kicked around. When we get to that point in our life, I'll put it out there a lot more. But I would be definitely open to exploring that, even though I have
Be careful.
most of the achievements in the game on my main already. I'd do it again. And I would do it like by expansion, like, hey, let's get all of the classic achievements in the game. Now, some of them are ridiculous. Like 10,000 dailies. There's no point to grind those out. Like, that's a general achievement. We won't count general achievements because it's or like loot 10,000 gold, stuff like that. Like that you just do, it'll just happen, and they're constantly adding more of that. So you know, there used to be whatever 5,000, it was 2,000 dailies, and then it was 5,000 and 10,000, and so now you can get separate achievements for all of those. You get a lot of titles. Doing all of the achievements and everything will get us a lot of titles. It'll get us a lot of toys and pets, but I'm telling you, it is just as straight. Some of it is a pain. Oh my gosh, that thing is so strong we can't even see it. Greatwood Grove. That's 20. I've gotten myself a little bit too far over, I think. The one thing Duskwood is probably one of my favorite zones in the game to quest in, as I mentioned. One thing that I don't like is how the trees cluster you in. I like it from like the ambiance, but from the like cramped ability, it makes you zoom in more, closer to almost like a first person. Ooh, copper. How many Murlocs have to die for that? Oh, Frozen Knight died trying to get it. It's strong. Don't mind me. I'm just taking a copper ore. You guys go about your business. I've got no problems with you. Only 2 copper for that, you little buster. Okay, we have 6 copper so far. That's 1 belt in the book, or half of our axe. Another copper on the other side. I'm not going for that. We have time. We'll get our copper. Since we so strategically chose to hit half of that quest already. Alright, so coming in here, this is actually, it's not the big house, the farmhouse, it's this tiny house where the collector resides. I do believe the spawn rate's a little high. Okay, we might pull, if we've got a bandit here, we might pull another character in, we'll see. Hey, we got some good cheese. Okay, that's another bandit to that side. And then in here... Oh, you know what? Oh, we'll get a quest. 42. That's worse than what we have. And we got a shield. Let's come to the other side and get this bandit. Because... I don't want it. Otherwise, he'll get added in. Look, we got another one coming. It's okay. We'll fight them both. We got... Ooh, look at that. Juicy hit. Yeah, don't mind me. I'm just doing my thing. Okay, so, not too shabby. Come on. Alright, so let's just take a peek here. So we're gonna have to kill, this is gonna be a 2-for-1 deal. The Erlin Drudgemore right there, and then Serena Caledon. Caledon is actually one of the names that we matched. Fairly certain that's one of the names that we oh, there's another one. There's Morgan the Collector. Yikes. She hit me with one. Okay, I used my stun. It is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna go with this Erlin Dredgemore guy. Oh, he got me. Let's do a heal. Don't love it, but we can always okay, so we got that guy. Now things are a little bit light. You know what? Let's go ahead and use one of our potions. I'm okay with that. Okay, so now he's going to get the extra, but we don't have the bully. I don't have enough mana for that. Oh, he done me again. Alright, so we got his ring. We got that. Let's heal, and then we'll bust our way back out. So pretty successful here. The Defias have taken over this farm. This is the farm where Princess is at. Good to know. And... yeah, that makes me think of my D&D campaign that I gotta get going on Friday. My book is quite nice. I'm at about 30 pages. I'm wrapping up all of Northshire Valley, even though we've pretty much played that. Yeah, so we might get the XP for this. I don't know. Alright, so we're going to drop this off, and then we're going to blow past that, and we're not turning in any of this stuff except for report to Gryan and Stoutmantle. We're going to go there, we're going to get the flight path, and then there's an inn right there, which we're going to go log out in, and that's where we're going to stop in this episode today. Like I said, the next time we play, we're going to create our Horde character. We're going to run them all the way through Mulgore, and no influence from us, and then we're going to continue to run our Horde character and completely do all of Durotar as well. So that will take us a little while doing those 2 zones. And then the next thing after that would be time to switch back over to Teldrassil. But before we actually do that, we're going to come and we're going to do Durotar on our alliance and work our way up. So we'll be over here already. So then what we'll do is we'll make our run up and connect Ajara. And then we'll walk through, even though this is kind of annoying, we're going to walk through just to connect all these things. We're going to walk through and get Ashenvale. So it might take us more than one episode to do those quests and do all this walking up to Darkshore. And then take the boat over, where we will eventually go into Teldrassil. I guess Teldrassil is the second hardest zone. I guess for whatever reason I have Dunmorog marked as the hardest. I would think that the little sleeper, the barrows are harder, but I for whatever reason I have it tabbed as Dunmorog being harder, and I'm trying to remember like what's the final quest for them. I know you have to kill the bear. Yeah, that stolen stash is about it. I just think that there are no level 12 Yeah, that's what it is. That's a level 12 quest that's still in stash. And there are no level 12 quests in Teldrassil. So, technically. But the Barrow quest is harder. That's level 11. Alright, cool. So here will be Marshal Dugan's quest.
Well met.
Did you find the Collector? Did you discover whom he's working for?
You found him? Well done, adventurer. He won't be collecting from the Elwynn mines again? And this ring you found is interesting. It's a membership ring for the old stonemasons guild in Stormwind. Why would a lowly thief have an artisan guild ring? And why are the Defia's thieves collecting money from our mines? Difficult questions. I hope one day we'll have answers.
And we did level up, and we get skills to pay the bills. So we get our Benediction rank 3, so we have a 9% reduction in mana cost. Our Paladin quest is opening up. Oh my goodness. Alright, so we actually can start this. Why not? What time did we start this episode? I don't remember, but we have a little bit of time. We might as well start that. And let's do our Paladin trainer. So, isn't that perfect timing for us, guys? Oh, gosh, come on.
May the light protect you this day.
So first, I would like to train further in the ways of the light. So there are no holy powers at 12. There are no protection powers at 12. Oh, so 12 is a booty one. All we get is an upgraded Blessing of Might, bringing us from 20 to 35, so solid. It's 10 silver. And an upgraded Seal of the Crusader. It says, granting 51 melee attack power from 35. We don't really worry about it. Attack 40% faster. That part's the same. And increasing holy damage by 30 from 20. So that part's better. Alright, so we blew all of our money for a couple ret moves. But Blessing of Might is a staple, and so is Seal of the Crusader. So I guess they're very important for us. Tome of Divinity.
Duthorian Rawl, one of our most influential paladins, was speaking about you recently. I overheard him talking about how it was time you be put to the test along with some very complimentary things about how well you've performed thus far. If I were you, I'd head to Stormwind and speak to him when you have time. I'm sure he's in the Cathedral of Light. That's where he spends most of his time.
Cool. Why not? Alright, but first, you know what? Since we're going to have to go to Stormwind, let's do the walk to Westfall and get the flight path so that we'll be ready to go back out there. And then we will just hearth back to Stormwind for a second step. Now, I'm not going to check this off, but we just picked up Tome of Divinity. Now, there are this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 symbol of light, 6, 7, 8. So this is a 9. This is quite a little quest chain we have. So I don't know that we're going to finish it all in one go. We might. I legit don't remember where we get. Now, at level 20, we get the Tome of Valor, which takes us into the hammer. So at level 20 is when we get that dope, juicy, dope hammer. Then you get one quick little thing at 40, which I believe is how you get your mount. And then at 50, you have a small anti-scourge kind of quest chain. And that's it. You get 58, which are your end game stuff, and 60s, which are all your end game stuff. But a lot of the Paladin end game is building up towards getting your ultimate mount. They usually, for Warlocks and Paladins, they give you a pretty easy way to get a mount at 40, and then an epic quest, essentially, online with what you would do to get the Legion mounts. I'm actually super stoked about when we do retail and we switch over. One thing I've never done that I've always wanted to do is take every character class through the Legion class hall quests to get all of the classed mounts, because those are all really cool quest lines. So my goal is to, because by Legion, I mean we have the 9 original classes, and then what gets added on. No classes are added in Burning Crusade. We're up to 10 with Death Knight in Wrath. No new classes get added in for Kata. Warlords of Miss Pandaria, then that's okay, so that brings us up to 11 for Monk. This is probably where we'll start questing when we get back next time. Oh, and we've got the Cluck quest that we'll have to do. Warlords of Draenor, I don't think we get anything. That was a booty expansion. Legion will give us the Demon Hunter, which just brings us to 12. And that's also where we get the Class Hall quests. So, I don't know if there will be Legion Class Hall quests for Evoker. Let's look that up right now. I didn't even think about that. Legion Class Mount Evoker? Question mark? No, it says they won't. Yeah, so it says... Yeah, like... They say no. I bet you 5 million gold. Those people are all like, no, it's not going to happen. I guess it would be weird for them to retroactively, because this is the first new class we've had since Legion, right? We had all the races in BFA. We had nothing in Shadowlands. And now we have the new Evoker class. So, oh, I guess we should go down. So here is more appropriate. As you can see, this is a zone better. You can right off the bat, we have 11 coyotes as opposed to those 19 and 20 wolves we were seeing. So that's a dead giveaway. Westfall is your zone, not Duskwood. As a matter of fact, even Red Ridge Mountains is easier than Duskwood. But wouldn't that be cool if they went back and did Evoker class holes? So we'll have 12. We'll need 12 characters. Okay, so let's think about it. We go back and we do the new classic in Kata. Okay. Actually, what we'll do first is Burning Crusade. We'll jump right into that. So that'll give us 2 classes. If we pick a different class every time, then we'll be up to 4 with Wrath. When we do Cataclysm, that'll bring us to 6. If we change nothing in Cataclysm, we can stay at 6 there, and then Mists would bring us to 8, and Legion itself would bring us to 10, but remember we need 12. Oh, Warlords of Draenor, I skipped that. Warlord, that would bring it. Okay, so that's it. So that would do it. We don't have to do anything. My other thought was that, hey, on Kata, I mean, we could do the vanilla zones that got redid, and then the Kata extension zones. But it looks like we're not going to have to do that. So we'll just make a Horde and Alliance for each expansion, and we'll have our all 12 by Legion, and it'll be cool.
Greetings.
A foul corruption has crept into Westfall while I was upholding my duty on the battlefields of Lordron. Those honest farms were overrun and made into hideouts for thugs and murderers. The people's militia needs your help.
Ah, so my friend sent you here? How kind. Well, the Stormwind Monarchy has abandoned our cause. Now it is up to the people's militia to keep the land free from corruption. If our cause interests you, I can put your combat skills to use in the name of freedom. The People's Militia has but...
Okay, we're not picking up that quest. We've got time before we do Westfall, but let's go get the flight path. And then we need to Hearth. Before I was going to log out in the inn here. But now we have some Pally work to do. So we don't have to cover Pally quests, and we're not going to have to cover Shaman quests, because we'll be doing it, but the other 7 classes we will.
Good date. Where are you going?
So we have
So
connecting
to get there
flights.
quickly, then look no further.
We've begun. I'm not even going to worry about shopping. We're going to Hearth to Stormwind and finish the first Tome of Divinity quest. Now this one's not numbered like the others because this is a breadcrumb. I believe it's optional. If you just went to Stormwind in the first place, you never have to deal with it. No promises that we're going to finish this entire storyline in time, but I will go over our hour, because I honestly don't remember when we started, because I was so sure we were going to be under our hour. My guess is we're getting close, but it might we might still have like 15 minutes left. I truly don't remember. It was after 8 because I went, I don't know, I think it was 8 or 9. I don't remember. I was so sure we were going to be under our hour. My guess is we're getting close, but it might we might still have like 15 minutes left. I truly don't remember. You know, it was after 8 because I went, I don't know, I think it was 8 or 9. I the Timberwolves game started at 8, and I was kind of watching some of the pre-game stuff at like 8:05, 8:10. So it was probably around 8:10 to 8:15 server time when we started this. So that means we're still at 15 to 20 minutes before we even hit our hour, so we have a little bit of time. Let's see how long these... I really don't remember. I remember some parts of this quest being tricky and taking us into Westfall, but I don't remember all of it. Alright, greetings, Paladin. Welcome to the Cathedral of Light.
Light be with you.
You will be tested many times by the darkness that surrounds our lands, Gleek and Tessa. But to ensure you are always prepared, we'll offer tasks of you. So you are at the height of your own power. Go with the light and remain virtuous.
It is beautiful here in Stormwind, is it not? Your timing actually couldn't have been better, adventurer.
Alright, breadcrumb done, and what we have, if you look here, we have an 8-step quest with a symbol of life in the middle, so here comes step
Here in
1.
Stormwind, I am responsible for putting paladins on the path to greater virtue as they devote themselves to the light and defend Azeroth from the Scourge and other threats. The time has come for you to take your first step towards being truly virtuous. If you accept it, I will give you a book of divinity. In studying it, you shall learn some about the light and what is expected of you. If you understand it and are capable, then you will succeed in attaining greater abilities.
Cool. So I guess he can give you infinity of those until you pick it up, so that's step 1 done. So that means we have 7 to go. Here's step 2. In all things, a paladin must reflect the light which supplements our strength. To strive to be divine for one of our kind does not mean we strive for godhood. We strive to be good in all actions. Although called upon to smite evil in these harsh times, you must always remember that it's aiding others that will truly set you apart from the citizens of Azeroth. Compassion, patience, bravery. These things mean as much to a paladin as strength in battle. Know this well and never forget it. So we must just talk to him, and this will be step 2. Oh, let me put these new cool gloves on. We finally got rid of the flimsy that we've had since the beginning. We got these more black Stormwind gloves.
Hello again, adventurer. How goes your studies of the Tome of Divinity? Then you should be prepared to have yourself tested. There are always tasks to be done throughout the city and our lands. Acts of compassion and understanding, people who need help, creatures to slay. By proving you have the patience to help others, especially those who are less fortunate, you prove that you are a servant of the light and of sound mind.
Okay, 2 done, 6 to go.
Your task then, adventurer, is to find someone here in Stormwind that is in need of aid.
We'll have him
Someone
keep talking
who's
while I
pure
run.
heart and motive. Perhaps someone helping others. Perhaps someone in need of a guide. Regardless, the person must have noble intent and be relying on your kindness. Do this, and return to me when you are finished. Then we shall discuss more of your path and what it means to be a paladin of the light.
This guy's like our fairy godmother. Like, I will test you, young Pinocchio. Alright, so we are now on step 3, which is go find someone that is good-hearted and is in need of aid. So Stephanie Turner is the person that we have deemed aid. She has a pet dog named Hooch. We are gonna go ahead and find her, but that's 3 out of 8 done, so we are progressing nicely.
Shine your armor for a copper. Or some McDonald's.
Oh, hello, love. How go your adventures? Oh, I'm so glad to hear you're doing well. Oh, me? Thank you for asking. I'm doing well, all things considered. The increase in tradesmen has kind of put a damper on the amount of leather and cloth people are willing to part with these days. So it's been tougher to make clothing for the children at the orphanage. But we'll manage. By we, I mean my husband and I. He's up in Ironforge trying to seek help from the citizens there.
Alright, so 3 done. Your husband,
Bless
you say?
their hearts. Most of them have no families because of the scourge attacks in the last decade. My husband John collects the materials for me to make the shirts and pants for the children, but I haven't even had time to do that. I've been too focused on keeping food on their plates and a roof over their heads. What's that? You'd be willing to help? Oh, thank the light, and thank you, adventurer. If you could bring me some linen cloth so I can sew clothes for the kids, that would help me out so much.
Okay, so we need 8 linen cloth. 2, I'll just pay the 3 silver. because I already have 2. I'm not going to go grind it. It's worth 3 silver for me to just instantly get this done. She needs 10 linen. Had I been a forward-thinking paladin, I would have saved it when we were just sitting there leveling up our linen skills, but whatever. We probably made close to that selling the bandages, if we're being honest, so it's all a wash. So we now can complete the 4th, where we're bringing her for, 10 linen for her kids.
To you.
I hope my John is having better luck in Ironforge. He so dislikes his trips there because he leaves the kids and me alone, but he knows it must be done. He's so kind-hearted. Some years have been easier than others, but this one's been rougher by far. It's almost as though something in the air is signaling a huge change. Who knows, though?
Thank you, adventurer. Thank you so much. The children will be so pleased, and you've saved me so much time. I'll now be able to focus on the children's other needs, and hopefully my John will be able to return home sooner than I thought. Thank you again, adventurer. I knew I could rely on the charity of others. The light
So,
be with you.
Old Turner here is waiting on her John. All right, we're
I'll
halfway
take
done.
these to the children this very day. Please be safe, good adventurer. It is not often women of your character show their faces in the city,
I
but
know,
you've
I'm great.
proven that the paladins here in
Thanks.
Stormwind shall never turn their backs on those in need.
Thank you, I'm awesome. I'm great. So now we get to go tell him, look, I did it. I spent 3 hard silver of my own money, and I gave that woman some cloth. That counts, right? I'm a true hero. So this will be our 5th adventure. Yeah, I wish I was a night elf, just so I could do the flips. The elf flip jump is my favorite thing. Second favorite being tiny as a gnome. And goblins are tiny, but they're just not as cool. I mean, Volpira are pretty cute, actually. Volpira kind of get it done. They scratch that itch for me. Goblins never really do, even though I do love goblins. Alright, so this will be our 5th. We are definitely cruising, rocking, rolling. Hidden Leaf Village. Hey, buddy, we're awesome now. I promise.
Returned so quickly, adventurer. And what have you accomplished in your time away from the cathedral? Have you helped a noble cause?
Yes.
Perhaps you've learned the value of charity, or some more about your obligations to the citizens of Azeroth. Tell me, who have you helped and how? Well, I'm impressed, adventurer. Those are surely the actions of one who follows the light and values others above oneself. Such sacrifice will always be rewarded in time.
In time.
Take
Number
this,
6.
adventurer. It is called the Symbol of Life. You've proven charitable and patient. Now the time has come to see if you're powerful enough to focus one of the light's greatest gifts. My friend Gazin returned recently from an encounter with some Defias in Elwynn near Hero's Vigil. He barely escaped with his life.
That's where
He's
we
near
were.
the altar having his wounds healed by our priests. Take the symbol and speak to him. If you can help him, then we will speak again soon.
So, I think right here, there is a quest called Symbol of Life. I think if you somehow lose the Symbol of Life, you can talk to him to receive another. Yeah, see how he has it right there? So, like, if you mess up, we have this, see it says Symbol of Life. If we accidentally destroy it, and then we talk to him, I just ruined the quest. Okay, we're gonna talk to him again.
Take this, adventurer. It is called
Okay,
the Symbol of Life.
so he gave us the Symbol of Life.
You've
I don't
proven
know. I
charitable
think, like,
and
it says, see, it
Now
says,
the time has come to
bring
see
the
if you're
person
powerful
attuned
enough
to
to
it.
focus one of the
back to
light's
life.
greatest gifts. My friend Gazin returned recently from an encounter with some Defias in Elwynn near Hero's Vigil. He barely escaped with his life.
But there is a repeatable
He's
quest
near the
called
altar having
Symbol
his
of
wounds
Life.
healed by our priest.
I don't know what the deal is with it. I think it must have something to do with, like, if you screw this quest up, you can come back to him. Obviously not just destroying it, but if you somehow screw it up, you can go back and get Symbol of Life. But it is somehow tracking there. Some of the other ones I've seen like that, it's obvious, but I don't see that one popping back up. This is our 6th.
Asterisk, cough, asterisk, pleasure to meet you, adventurer. Don't mind my wounds. The good priest here can take care of old Gazin this time. I won't be needing the power of that Symbol of Life you've got there. Not yet, anyway. So, Duthorian sent you to speak to me, huh? Fair enough. I'll tell you exactly what befell me and my friend Henze. And with any luck, and some
Henze.
skill on your part, perhaps you can still help us all.
What you do, Henze? Alright, so 6 done. Now we're on number 7.
Henze and I had made it to Hero's Vigil, an island in the middle of Stonecairn Lake in northeastern Elwynn. We'd heard the Defias had infiltrated our borders, and we wanted proof to take to the
Here's
King's
the quest.
advisors. We caught sight of a couple of the scum going over some documents, and we attacked. Unfortunately, we were quickly overwhelmed by more of the mages. Henza held them off for me while I escaped. The daft fool, going and being brave. He's out there now, Henza is. Can you help us, adventurer?
Make
So,
haste, adventure.
here's where
More
you
than
can
one life
fix
hangs
that.
in the balance if you fail. If for some reason you fail to help Gazin and Henzi, then return to me, and I will give you another symbol of life for your travels. Don't mistake my aid as simple charity. You must prove yourself worthy like any other adventurer, and continual failure may reflect upon you later.
Really? Well, I just did it multiple times. So I hope that doesn't reflect upon me later. But we have to... Now, here's where... I knew there was some quests that take you out to that stupid island. Here's the one. We've got to go out to the island now. But this will be the 7th one, and it has a question mark. So this is the end. We just have to go resurrect Henze, and then make our way back. Unfortunately, we blew our Hearthstone already. But we will probably have to kill a couple things, and we are getting pretty broke after our level up and our skill ups and all that stuff, so for really very little. This was a pretty booty level up, 12, but we will, well, I think we're going to get a power. I don't know what we're getting. Oh, we're going to get our res. That's what we'll get. We'll get the nice res power, which I like to put over here because you cannot make do in combat or anything. But we're going to have to walk there and walk back. But that, so this is, overall, I still think we're just now coming up on our time. So by the time we walk there, res that guy, and come back, that's it. So we'll run a pinch long today, but it's all for a good cause. As we picked up our... Now, when we do our Horde quest, the one thing I won't do with us is I will not go back and read the level 1 sigils, notes, letters, memorandums, yada, 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 because, not because I don't think that that's neat, it will take a solid half hour plus to read every single one, and we did that already. So, I didn't do that with my other characters because I was kind of sort of playing the game. But we absolutely did that. If you want to go back, way back, probably a few hundred episodes to when we started our first Elwynn Forest walkthrough and our first Duratar walkthrough, you can find the episodes where we did that. That's 42 armor. Hey girl,
Looking for
come here.
something specific?
Yeah.
You need something?
Buy these things from me. I don't need them.
See you
And wait a
around.
minute, wait.
Hello.
Rabbit's foot. Don't need that.
Have a good one.
Alright, so boom, that gave us about a silver, not a lot. Now remember, we're not getting all 5 on this benediction. Remember me. We are going to get 1 more to get us to 12, but then we're going to switch over to Improved Blessing and Light for 1 point. And then we're going to switch over to Improved Judgment and Seal of the Crusader. Then we'll get Seal of Command, which is just, that's when you really get OP. Because this will take us up to 14. That'll take us to 19. Yeah, so at level 20, which is at the same time, like, let's say you were a Feral Druid, that's when you're going to get your cat power. Level 20 is when you're, you start to really come into your own as a spec for these guys. I don't think we had a lot. Not Vindication. Yes, Conviction. Yes, Pursuit of Justice, which is pretty good. I think we would actually pick that one up next. 3, then a couple points of Conviction. Most likely, I'll look at the thing, but that's probably 4 or 5. Skip that. Then we would have 3 points there, and another 2 there. We're still 2 behind on that. Then picking up those 4 and another there. We'll still be 1 behind on that. All 5 there. Pick that up. Pick up the last 1. I just don't care about those. We'll go into Holy after that and work on Divine Strength. And I don't remember if it's going to be Intellect. We don't need Seal of Righteousness. Yeah, we don't need that. So I guess it would be Intellect as the other one. So picking up those 2. and then into consecrate. Then we could work on improved devotion aura for when we're soloing. We don't need that one at all, but it's really just because they want you to get the extra 3% hit on precision. They love percent hit in Classic. It's really important. Every little class is, how can we maximize our percent hit? Yeah, so if we look at that Classic, well, Pally, I spelled that wrong. I don't care. Yep, rat is what we are. Not leveling. We're the default. See, hit capped, I guess, is if you go to gear, you can totally skip out on that. And then you could give yourself, which I might just skip out on it anyway. Because it says same as the previous build, except, come on. It assumes you have 9% hit on your gear, which means you're not going to need precision. Instead, you can put the extra points into more utility-focused talents, such as lay on hands and spiritual focus, for when you want to off-heal. So you can basically, I think I am going to skip out and take the hit cap build, which would then allow you to kind of play around. It does allow you to get the extra point of benediction if you want. It allows you to pick up some of this other stuff over here. Yeah, like because we would have, if I skip out on the protection completely, get those two, you definitely want consecrate. Then what? Chance to resist fear and disorient. That's pretty niche. Lay on hands. What's nice about it is the reduction of 10 minutes. So you give that twice, your lay on hands is going to be reduced from a 1 hour cooldown to a 40-minute cooldown. That's not nothing. Healing light's not bad. You'll never be able to get... Well, I guess you could if you give it all into... Because you'd get 5 points. You'd have... That would free up 8 extra points. So even if you gave 4 points around here, then this would open up this last tier, which would increase your Blessing of Wisdom or Illumination. None of it's great. I kind of like the Spiritual Focus. Not to lose casting time when you take damage, that's kind of nice when you're... I am totally way overshooting. Ooh, you know what? There's copper over there. It was meant to be the copper. Get away from me, wolf. I don't care. I do want that copper. Okay. 7. 12 for that axe. 8. Oh, that's it. But we also don't even have enough money to buy the skill to use axes. Maybe we'll get something cool. I don't. I think we're just getting the XP, and but I mean the XP is solid on this, but we're gonna get the res. The res ability is really what we're doing this for. Redemption. I saw more ore up there. It just disappeared. I legit saw it. You so and so. Can they despawn? I don't know. Unless there's some ninja hiding up there in the hills. I didn't see anybody. Alright, so we're going over to that area that we killed those guys before. We're just so far, there's no way we can even drag our feet like we're gonna have to walk. Barf. It's kind of nice that we walk by the hills because it gives me the illusion that I might find more copper. There's a sheep. Hey, sheep. My wife loves to kill critters. It's one of her favorite things to do. I don't know why. She's just hella into it. Ooh. Some copper in the water. She just walks by a rabbit or a sheep. That thing's gonna die. Like how she alleviates her boredom. She'll just kill... creature minding its own business. But you know what? Evolution. Survival of the fittest. Darwin games. Okay, we're up to 10. One more ore mine. We're gonna kill our way in. We're cutting down. We're gonna kick butt, take names. I ain't messing around with nobody. Wanna be hanging out here part of the Defius. And you deserve it. You deserve death. I don't care about your dumb frostbolt. What kind of wizard switches from a frostbolt when you're at 90% mana to start? Using a staff. Also, by the way, 3 copper, be better. I want your stinking 3 copper. Well, I mean, I do want it, but it's disappointing. See, 8. There you go, stepping up your game. Someone's dead. Let's bring him back to life. Henze! I found you, Henze! Oh! Henze! I'm gonna bring you back to life, Henze!
Thank you, sister. Seeing you wield the symbol of life,
Thank
may
you,
I
lass.
assume
Thank you,
Duthorian or
lady.
Gazin sent you? I fell to the Defier spellcasters, while Gazin and I tried to get their plans from them. I was able to hold on long enough to allow Gazin to escape, but in the end, their magics overwhelmed me. But you were able to bring me back. The ability to use the symbol doesn't come to just anyone, adventurer. It bodes well for you that you were able to empower it with your own faith. We'll have time to talk more about the symbol at a later time. What's important now is to get those papers we saw the Defiers going over. If we can get our hands on them, we'll be able to prove the Defiers have infiltrated Elwynn and hopefully gain some insight into what their plans are. I'm in no shape for battle as of now, adventurer. Do you think you're strong enough to get those papers from the Defiers here on the island?
I thought this was just...
If you're able to get them, bring them back to Gazin and let him know I'm all right.
I thought this was just going to be thanks, go let him know I'm alright, but no, this is a kill a bunch of dudes first sitch. So I guess this is why you will see some people out there. Oh, we only need one... No, I bet you is it that we only need one script, or do we need a bunch of scraps? I guess we're going to find out once we kill the first one. Or once we get our first thing. Maybe it's only one. Oh no, that's it. We got the script. So let's read it, I guess, as we walk. The plan is set in motion. Take that once great bastion of faith, Hero's Vigil, as our base camp, and we'll begin to move reinforcements to you from Westfall once you've sent word that it has been suitably prepared. The area is all but forgotten to the citizens and soldiers of Stormwind and should prove a perfect staging point for our attacks. The Defius will take back Stormwind. I await your response. Alright, so you know what we have? We have enough to build our axe. Want to do it. But we're going to need some money. Where can I get said money? Because we have like almost nothing to sell. Sell those potions. I guess let's kill on the way back. I'm gonna have to kill just because I want this. I'm not gonna spend that much more long on this episode, but because oh, there we go. We're just gonna hammer. That'll sell for a little bit. I can. If we found a green, we'd be all set. I'll go to about 9:30 on there, but I want to go get that weapon thing too. Ooh, we got a loose chain shirt. That's 97. That is stronger than what I made. Ayo, it looks exactly the same though. No one will know. I made it. Sure I did. Alright, so that brought us a little bit, but it's going to cost 10 silver to learn this move. And what's it take to build the axe itself? It's going to take 2 weak fluxes, so that's 2 more silver. So altogether, we're going to need 12 silver to pull this off, and we're at about 9. That wolf meat ain't doing anything for me. We can't kill too much or we'll run out of time. I could sell those potions, but a 5-stack is only like maybe 40 silver. A single cloth. Now I wish I had that 3 silver back. Should have just came out here and grinded some out. I could do this leather skin mackerel if I want. I could make and sell some grinding stones, but that's cheap. Don't want to sell a lot of that. I don't. Ooh. Multiple copper ores. Stupid wolves. He's howling like this is his land or something. Well, we got a pouch to sell. That's like a silver. I can't believe that wolf is not coming out. I must have a high enough. I must have a high enough level because he's 8 and I'm 12. The aggro range is starting to drop. There's nothing. That pouch is really going to help us because I believe it sells for like 1 silver and change. That's going to probably put us over the top. And why did that wolf have a pouch? Don't ask me. That's not important. You're not asking the right questions. You're asking foolish, buffoon-like questions. Look, they don't even care about me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me, bro. Just chilling. I'm just chilling like a villain. Nope. Don't mind me. Stop biting me. Don't make me use that. My mass fear spell. That's a priest. I love that spell. It's one of my favorite priest spells. What is that called? Psychic Scream. Don't make me use Psychic Scream. If I was my wife, I would kill that deer. What do we have 5 minutes. I want this axe. On the way through Goldshire, we're going to build the axe. We got to smelt, build. 2 week flux. Boom. Sell. And then we'll have this copper battle axe, which is going to be cool. Can a paladin use a battle axe? That's a better question. Classic paladin weapons. I think we can. Not best weapons. Fine. They can use it says that. Axes. Yeah. Okay. So, yes. Axes are good. And I don't think I ever, on the rep path, it's not like Warrior where you spec into a specific type. I just need a 2-handed weapon. So it legit doesn't matter which one. And this will round out the pair for me, or the trio, because I'll be now skilled in axes, swords, and hammers. 2-handed. Alright, let's smelt it up. First we are smelting. Yeah, we need to smelt the copper. Much smelting is going on. And whoever smelt it, dealt it. You can tell I'm getting tired from my day. Oh, my. Alright, so after we finish smelting this up, we need to buy 2 weak fluxes. It's a lot of work for 1 axe, but it'll be, I guess, okay. And then I guess we'll look down the line about whatever else we need. We can, as we walk, we can look at additional, if it's even worth it. There you go, mining's leveling up a little bit. 68. Okay. We need the black, first of all, yes, let's sell, that's 2.5. Gosh, and a silver for that knoll hammer. Okay, we're in business. Where's the blacksmithing?
I'm sorry, I'm a bit busy right now making horseshoes for Werner Osgood in Lakeshire.
Idiot. Oh, I don't think there's blacksmithing supplies. I think we have to go to the trade. This happened to us last time. We have to go to the trade supplies.
I buy and trade.
Buy the weak flux. Oh, I can't wait till we get honored with Stormwind so that the price goes down on some of this crap. Alright, where's this two-handed? Copple battle. Create the copper battle axe. 9.1 with a 3 stamina. So we are losing 2 strength and 1 agility. The DPS is, we gained 2 DPS, so our overall damage right now is 13.7.
I can't use that yet.
Oh, we don't have it. It actually might go down because it's going to say that our hit is so far down. And we got to turn in this Defius script. And then we have to take a thing over to the Dwarven District to learn the weapons. Gosh, we're gonna be... So this episode is gonna be like a half an hour long, but we're wrapping up the zone and we're wrapping up all these class quests, so that's fine. I really want this axe. Alright, so while we're walking, yeah, I don't care about the dagger. 5 DPS is pretty solid. So we can build we have 1 copper chain belt. Oh, actually I should look at that. 61 armor. That is an improvement. And yeah, so I can build the rough grinding stones, which will increase my blacksmithing. It'll increase it enough to level me up in blacksmithing. Yeah, so we already moved past these things. The copper chain pants, we've moved past that. Boots. That's what we have on. So the belt will actually be an upgrade. We can wear one and save the other 5. The rune copper gloves, they're still an upgrade. The pants... they're kind of a side grade. I'm not going to pick them. So I'm not worried about the pants. So that's it. So all we need is one of the belts, which we could, if we find a better one, great, because then we have one on hand still. And the gauntlets. So maybe I'll do the gauntlets first. So we still need 2 more. Actually, I should have just built that belt to put it on. We can do that on the way. Yeah, why not? We gotta go through the dwarf city. Might as well. And then it's kind of like banking that belt, because if we find an upgrade to the belt, cool, we already have one of our 6 belts made. No worries, mate. Oh yeah, we can take this training sword off. Oh, you know what, I didn't even think about that we can get a little bit of silver from selling the training sword, which we're probably going to need for our flying. We gotta pick up the flight path while we're in Iron Forge as well. Jeweled Amulet of Kingland. I mean, it is easy to take the tram over. I guess that's the small bone they throw you, but the Horde get the Zeppelins. But the Alliance get more boats, so... I mean, I do like that there's not like a perfect one-to-one parity with what they do. Oh, I like how that guy waves and says hi to me. Makes me feel he's like a greeter at Walmart.
Great to meet you.
Is Hens is safe, Contessa? Were you successful? Between your skill with the weapon and the power of the light, I'd imagine Hero's Vigil is safe from any defiant threat. That's for the king and his advisors to say.
Wonderful. You made it and saved Henza. The light is with you for sure, adventurer. I'll take the script to the king's advisors after Duthorian's taken a look at them. But in the meantime, you should go speak to Duthorian now.
Yes, there was one
He'll be
more.
wanting to pat you on the back for
I miscounted.
Sure. Thank you again, adventurer. I hope we meet again. You're surely an ally I'm proud to call friend.
You've done well this day, adventurer. You should take some pride in what you've accomplished. Even more so, you should be proud of your abilities. Not everyone can use the power of the symbol of life. Calling upon the light to bring back the dead means you're prepared for one of the paladin's greatest honors, the power of resurrection. You shall have the power to bring back fallen companions, much like you did for Henzi. Be well, adventurer. The light shines upon you, and you should welcome it wholly.
That is pretty cool. To have the ability to bring people back from the dead is a pretty cool power. Can't argue with that. Oops. I'm now detecting stealth. Alright, so we've completed the early level paladin quest. And we've also messed around with our blacksmithing. In addition to completely finishing out Elwynn. We did the breadcrumb. I should have gone. We leveled up too, and I didn't do my fishing. I won't make that happen. We'll do that on the next episode. Gotta remember to fish. We'll catch it. In Westfall, we'll have the opportunity to fish before we take the great swim. We'll have some flying to do, but yeah, all right. I am stoked. I like the upgrades. I do like in the beginning of the game. It's fun because you do get the more steady supply of upgrades. Let's go ahead and build this belt. Your mom's a horde. Rude, but also fun. Alright, so we gained that.
You need a far better blacksmith than I am, that's for sure. Though I'll deny it if you tell anyone
50?
I said that. You should go speak with Therum Deepforge. If anyone can teach you more, it's him.
Alright, so now we're going to travel to Stormwind. To Ironforge. And learn the ability to use these axes that we built. And then we'll wrap it. I think I'll log right in Ironforge. I don't care. We'll do our traveling journey next time because it's going to be all about traveling. So. But we do need to take the tram over. So this will be our first experience going over to Ironforge. Guy's level 48. He looks pretty cool. I'm a little baby with a training sword compared to him. He's got a cool cloak. He's got a helmet. He's got a tabard. I did not pay to design a tabard yet. Pretty cool. He's got shoulders. And I've just got, we both have a red shirt on. But I've got like my little chain bikini almost, and my shorts, and my... Yeah. He looks like he's also wearing plate. At least some of his things are plate. And I'm not there yet. I'm still doing mail. He's respected. But yeah, so that's good that we have redemption. He's also a paladin. Alright, so where do we learn? My guess is it's going to be in the military quarter. We probably don't even really have to look on this one. We're still recording. I was like, did I already post this video? No, I'm still recording. It's been going on that long. I forgot we're even there. Look, 7 more minutes have passed. Yikes. So how long did it take us to play our first thing? Let's check it out. It took us 8.5 hours to do our first zone. That's a game for you right there. That's fun times. I mean, to be fair, we are front-loading a lot of stuff as far as jobs and everything go. We're spending our time wisely. You could rush through much faster than that. We did every quest. Actually, I think the weapons... No, that's hunting supplies. Ow. Plate and chain. There's the Timberland arms. I think this is where you go for the weapons. Yeah.
You want to be trained in the use of a
Yeah,
weapon, do you?
I want
Well,
two-handed
don't stand
axes.
there slack-jawed. Speak up, lassie.
Can't afford the other.
I have the finest wires in the land.
I mean, even if I sell that, let's put this on. Remember, 13.7. So my DPS went up. That's good. But yeah, even with all that, still shy. So one-handed axes will be for another day. But look, I got a nice axe that I trained myself. Okay, cool. So we have another episode in the pipe, 5x5. I thank you, as always, for watching and for listening. And I will definitely see all of you next time on Lore of Warcraft. Peace out.